up, TCR family? It's your boy JD, and we back with Through the Ropes. So today, I want to talk about Seth Rollins, R-Truth, what happened to both of them. It was an insane time for both of them. Really, it started off with Seth Rollins, right? Seth Rollins got injured, broken ribs, bleeding from his mouth, all type of things. My man Bronson Reed has been going absolutely bonkers. If you have not seen it all over social media, Bronson Reed has dropped about 25 tsunamis in 2 weeks on 2 people. It's been really bad. So originally it was going to be Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins, and I was really excited to talk about that. I was looking forward to having a conversation about that, and didn't come to light, unfortunately. So it's looking like R-Truth was more of like a dummy, right? Like, I don't think they're gonna build anything with him. So where does Bronson Reed go forward, Inhuman? Let's start off with you. How do you feel? Where does Bronson Reed go forward? So he's taking out Seth, he's taking out R-Truth. He's here to prove that he's no longer a joke. What's next?
Well, if you want to prove you're not a joke, you got to fight the ultimate joke. You got to beat the GOAT, The Miz, man. You beat R-Truth, now you got to be his main man. So he got to fight The Miz. Gotta fight The Miz now. So,
he pinned him on Raw. What more do you? What do you mean?
You got to take him out. You got to take him out.
You know what? I agree with that. Fine, let's do round 2 next week.
Listen. If you want to go ahead and. I mean, Seth came back too early and everything, and I pray for a quick recovery with him. But he came back way too early, and unfortunately, what happened. R-Truth, okay, cool, you did what you did. He's out. If you want to go on the spree and everything and stuff, the Miz still walking.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah, like you got to start knocking that roster down so they can't book nobody else but you, brother.
That's true.
But other than that, I mean, like, what is his goal in the end? I know he wants to make a name for himself.
Right.
Cool.
He kind of did that, right?
In the headlines.
Yeah, like.
So, like, are you trying to run for a belt now? Well, you kind of beating up people who are not in the run for a belt. So,
yeah,
like,
I don't know, like, what belt would you put around him either? RJ, do you have any ideas? Like who would be his runner-up mate to put Bronson Reed over? Again, he wants to no longer be called a joke. Who do you think could put him over that hump? Is there anybody, do you guys think, RJ?
It's hard because right now, the world title's on Gunther. They've got him against Randy. I think that belt will be preoccupied up until Mania when they somehow, whatever way, get it onto Drew for Seth Punk Drew at Mania, whatever. So I think they have plans for that till Mania. The IC title just got to Braun. So it's hard because I do want to see Bronson Reed keep doing what he's doing. He's making his name.
He's going crazy.
He's doing really cool stuff. It's really fun. Who's next? All that stuff. I don't know where you do you just tread water with him until you've had enough with Braun Breaker? Because Braun is he's only done one defense so far, that best 2 out of 3 falls match on Raw. Incredible. That intro.
It was good.
I'm not taking that belt
really
off
good.
of Braun for a while. I like where the mid card on Raw is because you got Bronson, you've got Pete Dunne, you've got Sheamus, Ludwig, you've got all these really heavy hitter dudes. So the mid card on Raw is fine, but how many what name are you making for yourself? You're beating former champions and stuff, right? Like those are good opponents to beat, but eventually you do want to push them towards a title. I mean, you could do a back and forth thing with Braun where, drops it, switches it, back and forth a few times. I don't know how early you would do that, though.
Dirty Dan, you got an opinion?
The speed title.
Not the speed title. That's a good one.
God damn.
Well, the only reason I said that is because I agree with you, Orte.
Yeah.
There is nowhere for him to go.
I agree. Yeah.
Because you want him to be a monster. You can't put him with Braun because you're not going to have Braun lose
that way.
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah. So
he's killing it.
As soon as you have him lose to Braun, he loses all legitimacy right there.
You're right.
Everything.
You can't put him against the heavyweight champion because he's going to lose all legitimacy there.
Yeah, they've got that.
So what's he going to do? Destroy people till Mania?
And see, that's the thing. Can he get away? Okay, that's my next question. I know we got a lot, but this is why I want to continue to build it. Can he get away with just shock value from this point forward?
Not for a long period of time.
No, right?
No, because I mean,
There's only 2
eventually,
rounds.
look,
RJ,
let's
hold on
talk
to
about
that. We'll pass to
Drew
you.
McIntyre.
Go ahead,
When
yeah.
they first brought in Drew McIntyre and everything, and he was kind of the little assassin to go, drop his finisher on people and everything all the time. If you look at the Great Khali, he's just big as hell and everything, and just freaking smacking everybody in the head, dropping them and everything.
Yeah.
Eventually, you get to the point where that's just not enough. I don't know what they do with him, but if they choose, Braun already has a lot of fans out here.
Yeah.
They're not going to take the belt away from him.
Right.
So if they choose to do some like he's still a heel face, like a Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Like Randy Orton is a person that every time he turns heel, you're really not mad at him because it's fucking Randy Orton. You just expect him to backstab somebody at some point,
right.
And it's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like we'll rock with it. We mad at you, but we understand that RKO just sometimes gotta pop out of nowhere.
Right. He did against Gunther, and I loved it. I love Gunther, so.
So it's like, do you do that situation with both of them now?
Right.
And just have those two big titans fighting it, and Braun Breaker just gets the best of him every time, and then he goes breaks somebody's freaking legs or some shit, comes back. Nah, man, let's do it again. Like, I don't know.
Before I give you my idea, go ahead, RJ. Do you want to add anything to the conversation? Go ahead, let's go. Okay, go RJ. Yeah, go ahead.
Because it was just for the shock fight. They've only got 2 more rounds for that. I mean, you could do it out of the superstar or whatever. There's Adam Pearce, which that I feel like that's where it's leading. I think they're gonna do that.
Most likely.
Maybe not next, but that's gonna be.
I'm gonna throw another name after you're done. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, and then a woman's wrestler, maybe. Like, but then after you do those 2, first of all, you're not gonna do the women's wrestler. They're not gonna do that for American audiences. Ooh. But like after that, it's like you're done. You kind of like, so that's why it's like,
he do a female.
After a couple weeks of social media buzz at least, but then you do Adam Pearce, you do the female wrestler, and then it's just like, okay, I guess you do it again.
Let me throw a name before Dirty Dan gets off on his point. Do you feel like my new guy, Odyssey Jones, not Eos guy. Do you feel like Odyssey Jones could be working his way up to be like something decent at some point? He's like a big dude. I'm trying to think of some big guys who can even be working their way up and, probably help him too. Because again, like you said, to be stuck in the position that he is, you want the respect and the name, and you're kind of creating it, but like it's kind of hard to do that. Some, Odyssey Jones, somebody who's coming on his way up. There's a couple big guys, like you said. It doesn't. The more I'm trying to think, the less wrestlers that are coming to my head. He really is kind of in a rut. Like it's kind of
Raw has the worst problem in the world for WWE right now, where except for Karrion Kross, they have so much talent on Raw. It's such a problem that SmackDown doesn't even feel like a show right now. People are complaining about what's going on over there. Nothing's going on over on SmackDown, and I genuinely can't give the like Carmelo and Andrade are doing stuff, of course, but like it's like 3 dudes doing something, but nothing's really interesting. All the interesting stuff is on Raw,
so it's hard.
And it's like there's only so many titles and only so many opportunities for people. Where it's like once Bronson's getting all this recognition, it's like, damn, I can't put the IC title on him. I just gave it to Braun. Damn, I can't give you the World Heavyweight title. We've got plans for that all the way till April of next year.
So
it's
Dan,
such a weird spot.
Where do we go?
Well, I was just gonna piggyback up Inhuman real quick.
Go ahead, do you think? Yeah.
He was talking about Braun. I don't even think Braun's a heel. I think Braun's like an Austin type of dude where he's just a badass and people love him.
I kind of agree.
Because I mean, So, but where does Bronson go? Look, the only thing he could do is this, right? He might as well just go on a Tsunami World Tour. He's gonna show. You don't know if he's gonna show up on NXT this time. You don't know if he's gonna show up on SmackDown and start splashing the hell out of everybody.
I got it.
Jumping on fans.
You get him to jump on somebody off a ladder. It'll fuck it all up. Off the ladder, a tsunami, and he do it twice. Like he lead a ring, and he do it again off the ladder. Nah, listen, sign me up.
You pay me to take that.
Listen, I'm telling you, I am so easy to please. Sign me up for that for the next month and a half, and I'll be laughing my ass off. I do not care. I want to see him tsunami the entire roster. Cody Rhodes is next.
Samantha Irvin when she announces
his nickname is now Tsunami Monster. Like yes. All right.
Undertaker and McFoley off the top cage.
Yeah, right. Speaking of Monster, my guy Gunther. Let's talk about Gunther a little bit. So Gunther's looking like he's gonna have a very good title run here. Do you feel like it'll be anything? And I'll give this to RJ really quick since we like to talk about Gunther a lot. Do you feel like this will look anything like his IC title run?
Yes, and the only problem I have with this is that Gunther has had 3 title reigns for about 80% of his WWE career. He's 800 plus days as the UK NXT champion, 600 plus days as the IC title, and there's one more. No, there's not one more. I'm sorry. Those two are the 80%. I think no matter what, it's not going to be as long as people think. Because, like I said, I think they want to do the Drew Punk Seth thing. I think they eventually want to put the title on him. It's again one of those things. The feud doesn't need the title needs the feud type thing. So that is unfortunate. So I see him holding it till maybe around Rumble is when he'll drop it, and that's when they'll set up for Mania. But I think the quality of match leading up to it is going to be so good because we're getting Randy. After that, you can put Drew in there again if you want to have him do multiple sets with him. You can, whenever you want to bring Seth Rollins back, whenever you want to bring Punk back, you can even try to get Cena in there at some point.
He's retiring, so yeah.
Depends on what they're doing with that. That's a whole nother thing. I don't know where they want to go with that. Whether
Very
they
interesting.
Want to breaking the record with the world titles or giving him the IC title so he can be the Grand Slam champion that he never got to be. It really depends there, but I mean, Gunther Cena, that would be funny match because I don't think Cena should be fighting Gunther. That is a very physical match that I don't think Cena's going to walk away from unless they do that one last. That last might be okay, but if they do that too early, you might end up hurting Cena. Yeah.
Okay. I like that. So it will look...
That's all. I'm
You're excited. Yeah. So am I. And your answer was yes. So starting off, yes, it would look like the IC title run. So good. So Dirty Dan, I'll pass this one off to you because RJ did touch on it as well. His first opponent is going to be Randy Orton, a legend, somebody who was another tactician inside the ring. How do you feel like this molds? I'm going to say molds because this is going to be a molding match. How do you feel like this molds his future moving forward? This is like a stepping stone for him, correct? How do you feel about him going against Orton? Yeah.
Orton's the perfect first opponent. Orton can work with anybody, bro. So, like, it's going to go smooth. But as far as how long, I agree with RJ where they're heading. So I don't think it's going to be some, like, monumental thing.
It's going to be...
We'll have it for a while, but... Eventually, Drew, CM Punk, someone's gonna have that title.
Yeah,
that's the money match for Mania. Unfortunately, where no matter how you look at it, that is the money match.
Okay, so my next question on the list, as I'm looking at my list, and now I could pass it up to Inhuman. Perfect timing. We're mentioning Drew a lot. So now Drew McIntyre is entering this feud. He seems like he interrupted on Raw and he came out. And then CM Punk came out of nowhere and jumped in. I'll be honest, before I pass it off to Inhuman, I'm getting a little tired of the CM Punk Drew thing every single damn week, and he's crying over this bracelet every single week. All right, I get it, but we gotta come on now. I just feel like, bruh, every time you see Drew, you gotta expect CM Punk every single time. So now it's becoming too predictable for me. But so Drew and Gunther and CM Punk, all this stuff moving forward. Where do you see all of these pieces moving forward and fitting into this cog for Gunther and the future title? All this seems a little mysterious right now. So where do you see all this kind of moving forward, bro? What's your opinions on this?
My only issue with it is that I'm not saying Gunther's getting robbed, but I don't feel as though it's right to have him sit with the belt right now, knowing the end goal is just to take it away from him.
Yeah.
Because we know the fight that they want to go for. I'm starting to feel a little bit like this is kind of when Rhea had to put the belt down, and they said, quickly, who the fuck do we give it to? And give it all to her, nerd. Like, we knew that. Here, throw it to Becky.
Yeah.
Like, let her hold it for
Becky
a little bit and everything until we can
it.
set it up for the next day.
You're right. Becky could have it.
I don't feel as though Gunther should be the setup for something. He should have another title. He has 666 days holding his last belt. He defended it. He was amazing at it and everything. And this is from somebody who's not even a Gunther fan. But he is who he is, and his name holds weight. I get what they're doing with Drew and CM Punk. I am starting to get a little tired of it a little bit as well. They got to shake shit up, tell CM Punk, call the wife, tell AJ Lee to jump in and smack Drew in the face 1 week for some shit. You got to shake it
Check
up
it out.
somehow in there.
Yeah.
But it's like, yes, this can last till a Mania match, but you got to just have them sit back now.
Back out.
Just go sit down for a little bit and everything. Let us breathe. And I don't know. They already did the whole Drew having matches and CM Punk fucking it up for him. We've seen that for too long already. Sit down,
And
give
do
it a
something
break,
different, yeah.
let everybody else have some freaking
Yeah.
screen time and everything and do their shit.
No, I respect that. I love that take because you're right. Gunther does have a lot of talent, and whether you like him or not, he can sell a match. He can obviously wrestle. We know that. So it does feel kind of wrong.
McIntyre's old theme song back too.
He said, "Give me that shit back." But like looking at everybody's t-shirts, well, Dirty Dan and RJ specifically, there's a lot of tag teams going around now, and it seems like we're back, right? So this is kind of a sidebar, but I did mention Odyssey Jones earlier. Do you feel like the New Day is back? Do you feel like he brings some excitement? You see, Woods, right, is about to be out, kind of yeah, RJ, I see it. That's why I wanted to touch it. Dirty Dan, feeling type of way. How are we feeling? Go ahead, RJ. Let me hear.
Dare you? You brought up the Wyatt Six, and then you have me talking about Karrion Kross.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
I think my problem with this is one, I don't like Karrion Kross. I can't get my mental energy. But two, I think it isn't going to go the way it seems. I think, and I saw it on Twitter, so I'm stealing from Twitter. I can't remember who said it. I saw it. I think it is Kofi and Odyssey that are going to jump out Xavier, and all of his paranoia and stuff is going to be basically real, where he's like, it's not really paranoia. They were going to jump him out. And I think they're going to go Kofi Odyssey heel instead.
I didn't even read it on Twitter. That was my thought too, but go ahead.
They have planted it where Kofi's talking over Xavier. He's taking the mic out of his hand. The 1 week they did a backstage segment, it didn't say the New Day. It said Kofi and a tiny print with Xavier Woods. So it's I think that's where they're going. I don't like it, but if you're not going to put my tag titles back on my tag teams, I guess we can break them up and have them fight. It is going to be a little weird if it's going to be Odyssey and Kofi together versus just Xavier, because I don't want him to fucking go over to Karrion Kross and ask them for help, because it's going to make me mad. It's going to annoy me.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not a fan.
It's so weird. It's it's a thing where I love the New Day in this section.
I agree.
Kofi, Xavier, even Odyssey, who's just recently got here.
Spark.
Yeah, I like their energy. I love Xavier Woods is showing top guy level acting in this.
I agree.
And honestly, I'd like post Mania 41, maybe see if we can get Xavier Woods in that world title picture, because he's been phenomenal. He's the only one in the New Day who hasn't held the world title. I'd like to see him take it at least once, right?
Yeah, I like that.
But oh my God, get Karrion Kross off my screen. What is Triple H's obsession? I don't want him to lose his job, because he's doing good. What he loves. Yeah. But oh my God, he's not interesting.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not good at this spooky thing. I watched his old NXT stuff and I was half in it, but I know where he goes, so I couldn't fully indulge in it. One of the big storylines for Karrion Kross in NXT, Adam Cole came out and said, "You're not a good wrestler, so why are you here?" You can't do that in a storyline. And they keep pushing him every week. Yeah. And then you have AOP, who are really good at tag team wrestling, losing every week. I need the Final Testament to disband. I need Karrion Kross to go figure it out. And I need AOP to go on a tag title run or something. But the Final Testament has not worked. I was gonna let it play out when they first came out, because you know what, AOP is really good, and Karrion Kross is a bit of a bruiser, fighter, brawler. But all they do is lose and jump somebody, barely win and jump somebody. It's I need them to just stop.
They do these spooky behind the scenes stuff. It's too much, bro.
But it's not good spooky behind the scenes.
It's not.
Because you can, a lot of people don't like what the Wyatt Six are doing, but they're doing phenomenal work in comparison.
You're right. Oh yeah.
They're staying on theme. And Karrion Kross has stayed on theme on a bad theme. Yeah. So it's not good. So you keep handing me the same turn and expecting me to like it. I'm not going to like Karrion Kross. I'm not going to like them if you give him a cool tag team. His wife is hot. Put him in the back and let him sit down and rework him. Anything else. But he can't keep doing the same bit that we keep telling them isn't getting over, and then just going,
whatever.
Time. You did one thing and you're already out of ideas. Figure it out. He can have him come back as a New Day member. I don't care. He's not working. No. I don't care. They have
Dude, enough of the tangent already, man. Hold on.
Go crazy.
That's fair.
Relax.
That's fair. Cut me.
Relax.
Listen, I was gonna let him go.
I was gonna keep
Bro,
going.
he's about to go on like another 15-minute tangent currying across. I don't like him either.
Blame these.
I don't like him either. Hold on. Because I was completely going to forget my thought because he was about to go off.
I was about to let it rock. I ain't going to
If nobody stopped me, I was going to keep going.
I was going to let you go because I was about to make this all for subs. I was about to say, we're going to make this a sub segment and let him go the fuck off about how. Because listen, I ain't going to lie.
Let's get back and talk here.
I ain't going to lie. Listen. In that, like, we got to cut this right here and we got to put that SpongeBob 2,000 years later and it goes forward. Yeah, we got to do that. We ended here and now we're back here, right? He went on a tangent, yo. He went on a tangent. But I was going to let him go off. I was going, he did not stop. I was going to let him go off because I completely agree. So the New Testament, the New Testament is not it. But listen, you know what? I think right here is a great time to end it. I'm going to go to another video. We're going to start a new podcast here in a second. This is actually a great time to end it. If you were able to get through that entire rant and that entire New Testament demolish, amazing. Please hit that sub button and like. If you couldn't, you might need some glitch energy in your life and you need to sip on it. So if you haven't tried glitch energy yet, please do so. Head to glitchenergy.com and make sure you use code SHOOT to win. Until next time, y'all.